What's happening, guys? So that is not me speaking on the screen. We've had to re-record the audio because somebody, no names who, managed to record the entire session without the microphone plugged in. Yeah, it was me. So we're testing our number 10 Spirit Attack nuker, and that is Mezomel Luperfang in their base form. So we're going to run them through all of their normal tests here. So as you can see, we're on Dragon 20, and she's putting out some really good damage there. You can see she's not to be trifled with since her buff. So able to do some really good damage, and we'll be able to see it better now on Dragon Hard 10, because with the double hitter, she is able to hit twice without killing the champion. So often multi-hitters fall foul of that and they end up killing champions on their first hit, so you don't get a good read of all of their damage on the initial hit. So this is what we're dealing with here. You can see there, that was about 436 damage. I don't know why, when damage became like a sandwich, but it's Christmas, it's the holiday season, guys, leave me alone when I'm recording this. So yeah, good bit of damage in there, good bit of ignored offense in her kit. No, we aren't using her self buff because that's just in the rules. We don't lean into anybody's passives, we just go on the damage from their skills. If they buff on their skills, that's fine, but we don't use a separate self buff before the attack. Shogun is my favorite here. I love the damage comparison from Shogun. Now with Spirit Affinity and it being on 25, we actually have to add a 20% increase onto that damage number. So even though it's 414,600, we have to increase by 20%. So we're talking about just shy of the 5,000 if we're adding about 80 something thousand on there. So that's pretty damn good in my estimation. And we give it another go to see if we can increase on that as well. I do love a bit of damage testing on the Shogun, I have to say. 235 on that one. So the A2 is the big hitter here, and next we'll be going on to Clan Boss to see how she does there. Now remember, I did mention before, guys, that with mythical champions, we're testing each form individually. So each form counts as its own champion. We don't count the champion as a whole. So it's possible that Mezomel's second form could be further up the list, or may not have made the list at all. And the same for any other Spirit Affinity champion. For instance, I know Lazarius, his first form is a support, whereas his second form is attack. So in all likelihood, when I get around to doing magic, he is not actually doing magic affinity. He'll only make it through on his second form, his alternative form, rather than his base form. But it remains to be seen. He may not make it through at all because he doesn't have any blessing. Blessings, if it's one thing that I've noticed during all of this testing, is how important blessings are. They're massively important. So we have 500, 318 with a 20% improvement on that. We're going to end up with 600,384 thereabouts. Okay, so we're on to Ultra Nightmare. And actually, at 5x, or well, I think this is at 5x speed, I have this. That tune is quite lively and dancey, actually, in it. So, as always, we remove one character. We remove Malkit from my current clan boss composition, and we throw in the person that we're testing. So we will turn off Metamorph. The buffs are allowed in this case. And maybe they should have been allowed in the rest as well. We'll review another time. Or maybe I'll do a no holds barred testing where we lean into all of their different passives and abilities and all the rest of it. And instead of standardized testing, just go balls to the wall and see what we can do. Balls to the wall being an aviation term, guys, it is family friendly. It is for maximum thrust and maximum fuel. The balls on the levers would be pushed to the wall. Actually, another one very similar is balls out, and that's another engineering one, and that was from the steam train. Was it from the steam trains? It's from trains of some variety anyway, but basically there was a type of centrifuge with two balls on it, and when the train was at maximum pressure for the steam and maximum speed, the centrifuge would be rotating. We're at turn 10, so I think that's it. Our next hit from Mezomel is it. And there we go, guys. 7.7 million. But yeah, and that was where the term balls out came from, because the balls on the end of the centrifuge would be out fully and they'd be at max speed. There you go. Now, let's see how these numbers add up, and we'll look at the build. Okay, guys, so it was at this point that I realized my microphone hadn't been plugged in. So everything was set up correctly. The lead was just not plugged in, so that's why I had the voiceover on the previous part. So this is Mezomel. She's Ward of the Fallen. These are her masteries up to and including Helm Smasher. And we went over the build already. These are the stats. So she's 333 crit damage and 8.373 thousand attack, which is probably the highest I've seen, but she is 5-star blessing and +1, and she is a mythical, so pretty nice all the way around there, guys. Now, as for her stats, her results, she done quite well. She did 2.9k on Dragon Hard 20. She done 4.3k. No, 4.3. So she done 294,000 on Dragon 20, 436,000 on Dragon Hard 10. Shogun, she just topped the 500,000, and then on Clan Boss 7.7 million, giving her a total of 9.01 million. That's her total damage output for the trials. You'll notice I've also removed Arena because I just think it didn't make sense to include it in the testing anymore. So that's Mezomel, a +1 5-star blessing mythical champion, and she's number 10 on our list. Who could possibly be higher on the list than that? We have, and this is insane that she is higher than Mezomel, we have Ruella coming in at number 9. Let's see what those damage numbers look like in the next one, guys. See you there. Bye-bye.